Yo, if you don't know me, my name is Keith. I do Black Quarterback Series here, and today we have Deshaun Watson is a Cleveland Brown. What does that mean for the AFC? Is he gonna win MVP next year? Where does Baker go? Like, we got a lot to talk about. So sit back, relax, and listen to me rant about this for about 5-10 minutes. So before we even get started with the rant, let's give you the trade details. So I'm going to put at the top, it's going to be what he was actually traded for. And at the bottom is going to be what I thought he was going to get traded for. I thought he was going to go for 2 firsts, 2 seconds, a combination of 2 5th and 6th rounds, 2 starters, or 2 mid-round players. But what actually happened, he didn't even go for any players. It was just a haul of picks. They gave up a lot for Deshaun, but it's worth it. We're talking about a Pro Bowler. We're talking about a top 4 quarterback in this league. We're talking about a future Hall of Famer if all goes right. We're talking about one of the most dynamic guys I've ever seen watching college sports. Like, that's the guy we're talking about. Dabo Swinney called him the Michael Jordan of football.
It's who you pick, and just telling you, if they pass on Deshaun Watson, they're passing on Michael Jordan. I mean, I'm just telling you. I don't know what the heck I'm talking about. I'm just an old funky college coach. But
when he first came out. So this is the caliber of guy we're talking about. So we're going to talk about the negatives first, and then we're going to talk about the positives. So the negatives, and I have to put them in the negatives because it makes the whole thing toxic. Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield saw that they were courting another quarterback, and he pretty much completely flew off the handles. And he was just like, F y'all, I'm out of here. And I don't get the way I don't understand the way that he handled that. Why did he handle it like that? There was no reason for him to handle it like that. Handle it like a man. Stop being a baby. Deshaun is better than you. Why are you acting as if they're bringing Case Keenum in there to replace you? You know Deshaun is better than you. So why are we even having this discussion? I remember Jason Tatum said one time, I forgot who they were trading for. And Jason Tatum was like, yeah, I'll trade myself for him too. Jokingly, of course, but you just got to know where you stand in the hierarchy. You can have utmost confidence still, but you got to know where you stand in the hierarchy of things. So he ended up requesting a trade, but Deshaun's camp tells the Browns that they're not in it, and the Browns keep pushing, keep saying more money, and Deshaun signs a new shiny deal too, a 5-year, $230 million fully guaranteed contract to play in Cleveland. I would have went to Cleveland too. He wanted to go home. He wanted to be a Panther. He told the Panthers no, and then it was just to the Saints of Atlanta. Matt Ryan has moved his signing bonus back, which is almost for no reason now. What do Atlanta do? Do they sign? Do they keep Matt Ryan? Like how does that work? But it remains to be seen. It's gonna be dope to see what happens. Another flip over effect. Jameis Winston looks like he's gonna return back to the Saints since they didn't get Deshaun, which is a good move for him. I love this. He's still on a prove it deal. So yeah. But the ultimate thing in all this is, what does Deshaun do for Cleveland that Baker Mayfield couldn't do? But he's a better passer. He's an overall better player. Like, let's just cut that dry. He's a better player. In every sense of the word. There's no way you have a top 10 offensive line, a top 3 defense, and you can't even make the playoffs. Now, I know you can say Baker was hurt and Baker was this and Baker was that, but it's like, come on, guys. You have all this help. Jimmy G did more or less this year. Jimmy G did more or less all his years. Like, you put Jimmy G on this team, they're making the playoffs is not even a thought. They're making the playoffs. Jimmy G is a better player than Baker. I'm taking Jimmy G over Baker. I'm taking Carson Wentz over Baker, which is why I don't understand why the Colts would even get in this sweepstakes. I feel like that's a lateral move. You might as well have kept Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz is a better player than Baker Mayfield. He has a better ceiling. They're both very immature guys, but the talent in Carson overweighs the talent in Baker Mayfield. So you might think who is he throwing it to? Amari Cooper is there now. I'm not sure if he got there in a trade or he had to get there in a trade. Dallas traded him to Cleveland. Amari Cooper is a 2-time Pro Bowler, so he's been good. Now, has he been really good? He's been okay, but he was sharing a wide receiver room with 2-3 other number 1 receivers. So 68 receptions, 865 yards, 2 touchdowns this year. Had to sit out 2 games because of COVID. Obviously, hopefully that shouldn't be the case because we're coming to the end of that. So yeah, that's his offense. Top 10 offense, or top 10 line, top 5 defense, a decent number 1 receiver. Donald Peoples-Jones is his number 2 receiver. They might be able to get Julio. There was word around the league that a lot of these guys were holding out because they wanted to go play with Deshaun. So he might get offensive lineman, which they don't need offensive lineman, but this is huge.
Wow, y'all. I don't know how I missed to talk about the fabulous running game that Cleveland has. They have a third-rate. They have the 6th ranked offensive line, but I didn't check this, but I'm almost positive they have to have a top 10 running game just with the 2 dogs they got in the backfield. If any other reason why Deshaun decided to go there, it was because of that running game and how nasty it was. I apologize to Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb for not being the first people I talked about. So yeah, obviously that's another huge reason as to why Sean's there. Shout out to them.
This is huge. I know the video is named with Deshaun. Deshaun will be the MVP of this year, but if he plays well, he can be. But the bittersweet part of this, and I put both of these jerseys up here for a reason. Our other guy is in the same division as him. Now, for me as a fan, I don't like it. Because if I had to pick two of my favorite guys, it's hence why I got both of their jerseys. And I got both of their jerseys before I even started the series. So, I love these guys, man. I watched them in college, and I get to watch them in the NFL play against each other for a decade. It's going to be great to watch. But I kind of feel some type of way that now they got to face each other twice a year, probably 3 times a year if they play in the playoffs, and it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet, but I'm glad Washington is with a good team. It's with a good team. Quick summary, what I would guess, if Watson does not get suspended, or if he gets suspended, then they're not going to, they probably won't make the playoffs. Well, depends on how long they get suspended. If he gets suspended 4 games, that won't be done. That's just the first month of the season. That's nothing. They can bounce back from that. But if he gets suspended 6, 7, 8 games, it's going to be really hard. It's going to be really hard to bounce back from it. But I think they could do it. It depends on how far the Ravens out ahead. Because I think it's going to go Cleveland, Ravens, Cincinnati, and then Pittsburgh. Real quick prediction. I think it's going to take 12 games to win that division. And I think Cincinnati's going to take a step back this year because they're not catching nobody by surprise this year. And they overachieved last year anyway. So they're going to take a step back. Obviously, if Pittsburgh don't move on anything, Pittsburgh is not going to be good. You're the 4th worst team with the 4th worst quarterback. I told my mom's fiance today, everybody else got guns, you got a water pistol. And Miss Trubisky. You going from Lamar Jackson to Deshaun Watson to I got Joey Burrow, and then y'all got Mitch Trubisky. He's a good quarterback. He's decent, but he's Andy Dalton 5-6 years ago. It's like bringing a knife to a gunfight. It's like you might get a couple stabs in, but you're ultimately gonna die. Right? So that's what I think about Pittsburgh. One of these 2 guys are gonna have 12 wins this year. If Lamar and his crew can stay healthy, I can see them winning 12, 13 games. And the losses they lose and the games they lose are all in their own division. Because I think they played the AFC North last year. So they don't have to play the AFC North this year. unfortunately. But yeah, so that's all I got. I think Deshaun will be top 3, 4 MVP candidate, depending on his suspension. If he gets suspended at all. It remains to be seen. More info will be up next week. I'll probably make another video next week, breaking this more down and how does it feel and everything. Let me know if you guys want to see that. So this is Keith, Black Quarterback Series, signing out. See you guys later.